What is going on? Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Today we have two trades that I got taken. One was on NQ. That's one I took first, and I'll go through first. The second one was on ES, and then we'll go on that one after. So as you can see on the screen here, we'll open up the NQ trade today. Entered a short position. I had a bearish bias. What did we see? We saw no real news impact. Bearish bias as well. Market conditions, there was a strong downtrend on the lower time frame, but the overall higher time frame was pretty much upwards. I was looking to see a continuation downwards on the lower time frame after seeing a sweep of some of significant highs, aka we had London highs get swept. Anyways, I'll get into that. You'll see it later. Session, New York, entry time, 1 minute. We had SMT. We had an SMT. The thing about the SMT, it was a bearish SMT on NQ, but the SMT that was formed was using like a not very important swing high. And you'll see again, once I show the charts, you'll see what I was kind of looking at. We had an inversion, we had a candle confirmation, and it was a market order. We had a sell. Stop loss was 177 pips. Lost about $374 with $3 fee, so we lost about $377. Setup grade was around a C. Screenshot, that's for me, but I'll show you on the charts later. Lack of patience. I would say, yeah, just lack of patience, not using a significant high or low as like a SMT kind of formation. Why I took this trade, the reasoning for taking this trade is as follows. Market displaced higher on market open, taking out a significant high or buy side liquidity in the form of London highs. A bearish SMT was formed where ES took another high. It took a not important high, whereas NQ did not take that high. I was patient and waited for manipulation. The manipulation just ended up not being as strong as I saw it at the time. We had a bearish IFVG. That's where I entered. Retraced up to my stop loss after about 5 minutes. What went well? Stuck to the bias. So I had a bearish bias. Took a sell. Stuck to the bias. Was patient. Saw manipulation. Didn't move stop loss. So I put my stop loss at the swing high. And even when it started to move up towards the stop loss, didn't move it, and just kept it there. Didn't panic. Max 1% loss. I think it was about a 0.7% loss on that. What went wrong? We had bearish 15 a minute, was not strong. So I also, when it took out the London high, it was within a 15-minute fair value gap, but about 80% of the fair value gap was already kind of like retraced into on a previous day. I believe it was yesterday. Short-term trend was bullish just because when market opened, it pumped up, and obviously I was going for sells. Low time frame SMT. And again, I'll show you the low time frame SMT. Again, not a very strong SMT. So again, that was pretty much that. Let's open the charts. We'll go through what I saw. So first, let's ignore the US 50 trade. But pretty much what I saw, as you can see on the US 100, sorry, or NAS. This is the trade I took. It's the sell. We had that SMT. As you can see, it was a more of an internal high, not like a huge swing high, but like an internal high that formed. There's the SMT. We made a lower low on NQ, whereas on the 500, with that same internal high, we made a higher high, kind of swept it out. As you can see, at market open, London highs got taken out on ES, and they got taken out on NQ. So again, took out buy side liquidity. I was looking to take a continuation or sell downwards to kind of take out the lows, previous day lows, stuff like that. Those were my clear targets. So as you can see here, we have the sweep of London highs. That's that line right there. That's the dashed line is the SMT. We started making low time frame on this is 1 minute low time frame bearish price action, and I pretty much just waited for a little bit of a manipulation upwards to then take it downwards. As you can see here, this was kind of what I was seeing. We had a high get taken here within this 15-minute for value gap. We got a high taken there. Let me just do this liquidity sweep to the top. Formed an SMT again, where this one took, or this, see how, I believe, actually, let's go into it. What time was this at? 10:13. As you can see, 10:13. We had a sweep on the lower time frame, whereas on this, it was an SMT. It was kind of against. I took the lagging index SMT, unfortunately. Dude, I just be clicking and dragging everything every time. I don't know what it is. But yeah, created that displacement upwards, and this was kind of like the displacement I saw. We had displacement up, took an internal high, and then displaced downwards, inversing. Again, it was pretty nice. Like the inverse pretty much like 80% and completed it. And I was like, okay, it's starting to go down. Let me enter the trade. I wanted to enter around here, let's say, when it actually like completed the full inversion. Ended up getting filled like right about there. And then as you can see, just pumped up, hit my stop loss. My stop loss was right above this swing high. Things that I kind of noticed after was, as you can see, we're in a 5-minute fair value gap. This is a huge like push up, so like a little bit higher time frame. So 5-minute, you can see bullish movement. I was trying to take it downwards. 5-minute, we had bearish break of structure, tons of bearish breaks of structure. So a lot of confluence for bearish trades. Unfortunately, I got in, and it just wanted to continue going higher. So that was the NQ trade. Price targets were pretty much all the way down here at these relative equal lows. Plus there's like previous day lows down here. So clear bearish targets. But again, the market just wanted to continue to go higher. Nothing to do. I stuck to my plan. I saw the confluences and I entered the trade, entered my stop loss, hit stop loss, done. So that was about 0.7%. And so I still had a little bit to go. Like I still had about 0.3% left that I could lose on the day. And I was looking at ES just because I wanted to see ES for more so for the shorts, just because it didn't end up taking these Asia lows, whereas NQ did in the morning. So let's go through the trade. We'll go through the trade recap for ES. So we had the ES. We entered at 10:43, got stopped out at 10:49. It was no news, bearish, strong uptrend on the high time frame, but we had a strong downtrend on the low time frame, so that's why I entered the short. Scalping New York 1 minute. We had displacement, SMT divergence with relative, aka NQ. We had high time frame alignment. It was starting to make, I guess not really high time. Let's remove that. It was more low time frame alignment. Inversion fair value gap, we had candle confirmations in the terms of like break of structure. Stop loss was 23 pips, lost $105 with fees of 222. This setup grade honestly was better, I would say, just because the SMT was a lot better. And we had even clearer targets in the form of unswept Asia lows, unswept previous day lows. So a little bit of market condition misjudgment, overconfidence, just because we started to make that manipulation, make the lows, and I had a little bit more confidence in it. So why I took this trade, after the NQ loss, I simply waited and was patient. I started to see slowing of the upwards momentum, started to slow down. On NQ, we saw a strong move upwards, sweeping highs. So on NQ, they were playing within the 50-minute fair value gap. It ended up sweeping those internal highs that we saw after that huge upwards movement in the morning, and swept it out, whereas ES was like nowhere near that high, creating an SMT. It was below the same price, causing another bearish SMT. This was a lot stronger bearish SMT. This up was for sure more preferable as it had clearer downside and a clear SMT. Got swept. Market is now consolidating. Performance, pretty much what went well. We had clear TPs, had clearer TPs. We had displacement, good SMT with NQ. What could have been better? Could have been a better entry, like the IFVG could have been a little bit better, and it was against the lower time frame. Was starting to show some bullish movement, but I saw a bearish SMT, so that was definitely a big reason why I entered. So on ES, this is the ES short that I took. As you can see here, we had, let's let's go into here. Let's get rid of all this other stuff. As you can see here, we had a sweep of liquidity on NQ at 1036, whereas at 1036 we were making lower lows. So I can do this right here. Right around there we had the SMT higher high, and then right here we had a lower low. And I don't have replay, so I can't get rid of these bars. So pretty much what I saw during this time was lower low, higher high, had the sweep. I was ready to see it come down and start taking out all these lows pretty much. And we just had very clear price targets. We had this low right here that I initially targeted as like my first TP, unswept Asia lows, unswept previous day lows. So tons of clear targets to the downside. But again, as you can see, now is just consolidating after this huge price movement up and then kind of down here. So what I saw is the SMT. We had on the 1 minute, we had this fair value gap right here. We had this one right here. A lot better, like more displacement, I would say. Let me just mark this IFEG. A lot more displacement to the downside through this bullish FEG. So I kind of saw there's a little rejection there. We had another internal sweep, and then we immediately had this huge dump, and I was like, perfect. Let me get into this. Didn't complete the IFEG right there. Completed down here. Entered on the close. It just dumped. As you can see, it dumped. It pulled up a little bit. We had this little spike. It spiked down, no idea why, and then just immediately retracted. I had my stop loss with a little bit of breathing room, not right above this high, just because I had a little bit more room to breathe there. I set it above this high, and again, just ended up getting stopped out. Doesn't really matter. It's now consolidating. Wouldn't have really helped if I had it tighter or even wider. And then, yeah, I just had clear price targets like TP1, TP2, all these TPs. But again, ended up getting stopped out. So yeah, 2 losses on the day. Ended up losing, I can show you the top step. Ended up down $484 on the day. We are locked out. We are done for the day. And I guess I can show you this. Total P&L, we're still up 1745. We are down 228 on the week. Still got tomorrow. Friday's my best day, so no problem there. I'll be back tomorrow to take another look at the markets, see what's going on. Seems like, yeah, today's just a bullish day. I had a bearish bias. When you have a bearish bias on a bullish day, yeah, just end up losing. That's just how it goes. All right. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate y'all being here. If you have no idea about anything I just said, make sure to leave a comment. I'll try and help you out. But, yeah, those why I took those trades. We logged them. We wrote down in the notebook what we did right, what we did wrong, and we learned from it. We move on. We'll be back tomorrow and see what happens. All right. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys for tomorrow's trade recap, and we'll see how it goes. All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, and peace out.